Hey guys, what's up? This is Ross with Hamil Studios, and today we are going to do a review of the Lewitt LCT 040 microphones. For those of you who are familiar with microphone families, you might be wondering, why is a video production company reviewing an instrument microphone? Fortunately, if you stick around, I'm going to tell you why. You won't have to stick around long because I'm going to tell you why now. I like the microphone. That's it. That's the end of the review. Gets a thumbs up. Okay, so it occurred to me that you might want a little more information. So basically, what we've got is this guy here. This is the LCT 040 matched pair of Lewitt microphones. These are typically regarded as instrument microphones. You would use them for miking up a piano, miking up drum overheads, things that have a really, really loud SPL rating. And I decided, because I've not been terribly happy with the results I've been getting out of some of my shotgun mics, that I wanted to try this guy for dialogue. And I've got to say, I've been really impressed with the results. I've been very, very pleased with them. The reason we bought these to begin with was Jacob and I do have a band, and we are about to start recording, and we needed drum overheads, and we ended up buying actually 2 sets of these, so we got 4 microphones. These are a stereo matched pair, which means through the QC process, they're virtually identical. I can't tell the difference, and with the right processing, I doubt anybody could, but they're about as close as you can get to perfectly identical straight out of the box. And so comes in this little pouch, which is, a common thing for microphones. And look at this little guy right there. That's it. That's the whole thing right there. And it's got the little Lewitt logo on it. Comes with the little windscreen. And actually, for this review, got one right here, because why do a review on a microphone you love and not use it to capture the dialogue if you have 2 of them? One thing I did do is I took some gaff tape and marked these. Each pair has its own color of gaff tape, but one of the things that I've been really impressed with is the response that I get out of these. I normally use a Ceramonic TM1, I think it's a TM1, and it sounds pretty good, but I don't get the body I want out of the overhead mic, and so I've been really, really pleased with the body and just the overall tone I've got out of these Lewitts. And the crazy thing is, they're like $200 for a pair. So this guy right here, this is the Rode NTG2, and I think it's close to $200 by itself. And I haven't used this microphone in several years because I just haven't been a fan. But I figured for the case of this review, we would do kind of a little shootout here, if you will. And I've got the NTG2, I've got the Lewitt, both running into a Zoom F4 mixer. Both are running the exact same mic cables. They're both going in at the same level. And this is the sound coming through the Lewitt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the sound coming through the NTG2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, forget those numbers, because I don't want you getting into my personal information, because that is my password. Props to you if you can figure out which 4 of those are my PIN number. But one of the things that I like about the Lewitt mic is I can, for interview stuff, a lot of times Jacob and I are both running cameras. We don't have a designated boom op. It's not really cost effective for us to do it that way. And if I have a microphone, this is just a regular cardioid pattern. It's not a hypercardioid or supercardioid like the Rode NTG2 or a lot of your shotguns are. So if I have a person, which we had one recently who was kind of on screen, kind of rocking back and forth, because some people just get uncomfortable and they do stuff like this while they're in front of the camera. And as they keep talking, their shoulders get higher and higher until like their shoulders are up here, which I don't understand. But either way, they're moving around. And with the NTG2, if I move this way, I'm kind of losing sound. If I move this way, I'm kind of losing sound. I have to get right here direct on to get the best sound possible. Whereas with the Lewitt, if I'm over here, it's sounding pretty good. If I come back over here, it's sounding pretty good. And all of these tests, these A/B tests here, I'm not going to process, I'm not going to EQ them. I might bump up the level, but I will bump them up equally. That way they're the same across the board. But so far with the Lewitt, I've been really impressed. When I do an interview with the shotgun mics, pulling reverb out using Isotope RX, it's not fun. It can be really difficult at times. With the Lewitt, I don't have any trouble. Sometimes there's a little bit of reverb if it's a really active room, but just in my tests between the two, I seem to have better luck pulling reverb out of the Lewitt versus pulling reverb out of the shotgun mics. So I'm not a physicist. I can't tell you why I've had better luck, but I do know that I have had better luck. And so the cool thing is you don't have to buy these in a matched pair. I did because we needed 4 of these, and getting matched pairs are going to be better for recording music. But these things run less. I think they're right at $100 a piece. They may be a little more. We bought ours a few weeks ago, and I think the price has gone up just a touch on them. But still, a microphone for $100 that gets you the results that this Lewitt LCT 040 does, you can't do any better than that. So I will do some tests now where I just clean up the dialogue, and we can compare those results. So I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. I'm going to switch back and forth between the two microphones. I'm going to clean them up using Isotope RX7 Advanced. So I will be using the dialogue de-reverb, and I will be using the voice denoise rather than just the standard denoise or the spectral denoise and the standard de-reverb protocols, because I like the results I get out of the ones for dialogue better. But so far, I've been very, very impressed with this microphone. We've used it on 4 or 5 interviews at this point. I know I know of 3 specifically in the last couple weeks that we've done. I haven't even bothered getting out the Ceramonic. I haven't even bothered getting out the Rode microphone, and I haven't even bothered putting on a lav mic, because I did a A/B comparison on these versus some of the Rode lav mics I have, and this thing sounds so much better. There's a lot less work that has to go into getting a good sound out of these Lewitts straight into my DAW than I get off of the lav. The lav takes a lot of EQing. Some of that has to do with the body, but I've been using my Rode Smart Lav a lot lately, and the last time I used it next to this Lewitt mic, it was so mid-rangey that I couldn't even bear to use it. And if you're lucky, I may throw in a side-by-side test of that, because I did do that on an interview recently as well.
I will continue to support the parts of Lubbock that have been successful. I will continue to support the parts of Lubbock that have been successful. I will continue to support the parts of Lubbock that have been successful. I will continue to support the parts of Lubbock that have been successful.
So one thing I do want to point out, since this isn't exactly comparing apples to apples, is the Smart Lav was recording into an iPhone, and the Lewitt was recording into a Zoom F4 audio recorder at a much higher sample rate. Now, there was some interference in this house that was messing with even our wired microphones, so I did clean that out, but I've done nothing else to these audio files other than converting them both to the same sample rate. And just look at the difference here. If you look at the Lewitt, there's a lot more low end and body. You can tell by how bright these frequencies are here at the bottom, whereas the Smart Lav, which is located on our talent's chest, is actually a lot mid-rangier, and there's a lot less low end and low, a lot less body, which I find interesting considering you would think it would pick up more of that being located on the talent, but that could be the way they've EQ'd it to try to help combat there being too much body. But either way, I think the Lewitt is the clear winner between these two. Anyway, it's the Lewitt matched pair of the LCT 040 microphones, or you can buy them individually. They do have one that's a step up from this. It's kind of the big brother. It's a little bit longer, but it does have a high frequency boost, and I think it may have a low pass filter on it. I'm not sure, but it is a condenser, so you gotta run phantom power. But honestly, for the price of these things, I don't see a future where I get out my Rode microphone unless I just absolutely have to, because somebody stole all of my Lewitt microphones. That's how impressed I am with these things. And if you're looking for a good, reasonably priced microphone to get into doing dialogue for film, you can get this Lewitt microphone for about $100. It comes with the mic clip, comes with the bag, comes with the foamy, and you can get, I've got it on the Rode micro boom pole, which I think is about $50. So you can get into a boom pole operation on your microphone for less than $200. And yeah, you just pump this thing into whatever your preference of recorder is, turn on the phantom power, get a good level, and you're good to go. So this is Ross. This has been a blast with you guys, going over these Lewitt microphones. I really love them. I think you'll love them too, especially for the price. You just can't beat these things. We'll catch you next time.